Miami Dolphin
Oh,
tampon. Oh, lampon. I thought you said tampon.
I heard the same thing.
Miami Dolphin
Lord.
tampon. Oh, lampon. I thought you said tampon. You playing it back?
I heard the same thing.
Why am I hearing ourselves repeat in my headset?
And 3, 2, 1.
The following program is four guys talking about the happenings in the world. This show is meant to be comedic and informative. The content expressed on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only and do not reflect the beliefs or opinions of the cast, their peers, friends, family, or co-workers. This show may contain strong and crude language for the sake of entertainment. If you are under 18, please get permission from your parents to watch and listen. If you are offended by the contents of this podcast, please do not watch or listen. Now, it's time for the show.
Gentlemen, may I have your attention? The show starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's see it.
What?
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk and spit on that thing.
Let me give you some trash talk, okay?
There, folks, it's Sunday, April 27th, 2025, and we are live on YouTube. This is the FLA Trash Talkers. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Lots to talk about. We're going to talk about the Supreme Court might be voting children from school, learning about the LGBTQRSTUV+. Any other letters we missed on that one? The FBI arrested a guy from Milwaukee from interfering with immigration in Milwaukee, my favorite place. Of course, we got to talk about the NFL draft, and Keith wants to talk about robots. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? What's going on, David?
What's up, guys? Nothing, just hanging out, enjoying a little downtime. Had some wrestling tournaments yesterday, so my youngest son is doing his damn thing. Finished 4th place overall. So.
Hell yeah. Good job. Good job. What's going on, Wally?
Not much, man. Just looking forward to the show, man. Hope everybody can join and hope we have a good show.
Hell yeah, we're going to have a good show. And Keith, what's going on?
What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Good morning. Good morning to everybody.
Toby, the newest guy on the show. What's going on? You're on mute.
You're muted.
Jesus Christ.
All righty. The new guy can't even hit the mute button.
Muted.
Jesus Christ. All right. We got some technical difficulties going on over there. All right. So let's get this show started, boys.
Still muted, Toby.
You're still muted,
muted.
bro.
Can you hear us at least?
Jake, can
All
you
right.
unmute him?
Let's see if I can unmute him. All right, asked to unmute. All right, this show's getting off good. All right, boys. So
There you go,
let's
Toby.
talk. All right, Toby, what's going on, buddy? Let's hear.
Not
Let's
much,
hear
man.
you.
Yeah, my bad on that. Just doing Sunday shit, just like last Sunday, trying to get through the day to America's team here later on tonight.
No problem. Just the new guy doesn't know how to work his system, man. Come on, man.
Hey, that happened. I went to take a piss and came back to muted. I don't know what happened.
Jay, you was able to unmute him, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Maybe I muted him because we don't want to have the naked gun thing happen where he pisses where the whole goddamn place hears it.
Oh,
Could
that'd be
be.
funny.
All right, so let's go ahead and get this show started. Hey, boys, are you guys Ghost fans? You know anything about ghosts? How do you feel about ghosts?
That's
It was
kind of
good.
my. Go ahead, Keith.
It was a great movie.
Not the movie. Not the movie. Do you believe in ghosts?
That's kind of my my guilty pleasure is the paranormal shit. I love all that stuff. So yes.
All right. So I had a little scary situation happen to me here at the house over the weekend. I was laying down in bed, and all of a sudden, one of my stools at my kitchen counter, had toppled over on its own. So my wife blames it on the cat. I think there might be something walking around this house. I also have a light that turns on and off in this house all by itself. Have you guys ever experienced anything like that?
Stuff falling over, no. So when I was 12, my grandfather had passed away, and I had a rocking chair in my bedroom, and I had a dream that I was talking to him, like within a week after he died. And I woke up sitting on the edge of the bed with the chair. Like,
Really?
now I don't know if my foot hit it. I don't know what, but we can call my dad. He'll vouch for it. I swear to it. He'll also vouch to me being younger. The way my bedroom door looked, like out into the living room kitchen, I could see like shit walking around in the middle of the night.
You can see stuff walking around.
I swear to God, dude. I don't know what it was. They would say it's like my guardian angel type thing, and I'm like, okay.
I've never seen anything walk around, but I've had that was a scary experience where the chair just toppled over by itself. Now, could have been the cat jumping around, but I think that chair's a little too heavy for that cat to knock it over.
I would say it was the cat. I don't think you got things going on.
Yeah, so you're not a ghost believer?
Is it a tiger?
No.
What kind of cat is it?
Apparently, I have a tiger in this house. What about you, Keith? Toby, you guys ghost believers?
I believe there is a higher being, and I do, there is a hell and heaven, but I'm not a fan of ghosts. The closest thing I can ever think of that kind of activity is, I was about the same age as Davey. When I was 11 or 12, my grandmother passed. And I know for a fact we had just bought this back when you go to the store and the soda was in a glass bottle. So I know for a fact that we put this fucking soda on the middle of the kitchen table, right in the middle. And 2 minutes later, that bitch was on the floor, broke, and nobody was in the kitchen. Everybody
Wally,
looked like, and we was in her house. We was in her house. It was like, is that grandma letting us know that she ain't gone yet? But that's the only thing. But other than that, I don't believe in ghosts, because crazy shit like that happening in my house, we packing up selling this bitch.
Yeah. Well, that's what black folks do. White people, we want to go investigate, figure it out, what's going on. Black folks are
that's what we do.
Get the fuck out.
Do you know how many TV shows there are about hunting ghosts, and you never see one black person on that show?
We don't do that. That's in the handbook.
No. Black people, there's a spook in my house. I'm out of here.
Whoa.
Oh, spook.
Got hot as shit.
Jay, I can see you freaking out though, because I remember sitting up at school one day, and you going, I look over and he's got WebMD up. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, I got this weird pain in my hand. I'm like, did your hand just itch? No, you look at WebMD, you're having a fucking heart attack no matter what happens.
Yes.
Yep.
Whatever you think you're having, and when you go to WebMD, it intensifies by like 3 times.
Symptoms are fatigue, cardiac arrest. That's it.
Yeah, apparently I was having a heart attack that day, according to MD. All right, let's get to this NFL draft talk, guys. I know this is your talk, so let's go ahead and talk about it. What's going on with the NFL draft? You everybody see it?
Yeah.
A lot of shit.
All right, let's go.
What about you, Jay? I'm interested to see your take on the draft.
Who's mine?
Jay? Yes.
Mine? Oh, well, no, I'm over here preparing for something else because my take on the draft. Let's see. I found out the Dolphins are going to be playing in
Argentina. No, Spain.
Argentina.
Spain.
Madrid.
Bayou.
Yeah, I found that out. Yep.
I want to go
there.
Just the flight to Argentina is a motherfucker.
That's about the only thing I know about the draft.
So Spain, whatever. All of them speak Spanish. That shit.
Madrid is Spain, dog. Get this shit right.
That shit that I priced it. Now I even priced the tickets, because the tickets haven't come out yet. But just the round trip is a motherfucker.
Are you sure you're priced the right place? Because it seems like you don't know where shit's at.
You were going to Argentina.
And it's like a 12-hour flight.
Might be less because you price yourself to Argentina.
Exactly.
I kept my flights at 6 hours.
My take on the draft is I don't know anything about it.
Well, the biggest story out of the draft, right, is Shador, dropping to what, the fifth round?
Fifth
round. Yeah, fifth round. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of mock drafts had him going maybe the second quarterback after Cam, and then you just saw the fall start, and there's a lot of talk of why that happened.
Thanks, Dad.
I'm gonna say, how much do you think of that was Deion Sanders?
Me personally, I think it's Sador going through the interview process and acting like a jackass. But that's my opinion. And from what I've heard from reports that GMs talked about the interview process with Shador, and it was some of the worst interview processes that they've had with any player.
Really? It's like
Ever.
how? Like
He's
how could you fuck up
arrogant.
the interview?
He's arrogant. Didn't act like he just acted like he was better than everybody, and that he was kind of like, if I come here, I expect this or something. I mean, and that to me, and I love. Look, I'm a Florida State fan. I love Deion Sanders. Primetime was my favorite player growing up. But that his persona, the way he, the whole flashy thing in Colorado, he saw Sador, after games throwing up these, watches and necklaces and, this, the ego about him, man, I think threw a lot of GMs off. And he wasn't a player that seemed coachable. When you go in these interview processes, you need to be a person that wants to be coached, wants to listen.
Humble.
Yep. I was going to say humble. Yeah.
I think that has to do more than his talent. Unfortunately, his talent is there. I think he can be a good quarterback, maybe a great quarterback, but his arrogance and the way he presents himself, I think, was a big turnoff towards GMs, and they just didn't want to deal with it. What do you got, Toby?
Good.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot to say about that. What was it? Early February, a man took the stage at the Super Bowl and told the entire world to be humble. Didn't we all see that, the Kendrick Lamar halftime show? And I don't think that message made it to Boulder, Colorado until yesterday. It was on a delay. Look, man, this dude, he's a pretty talented kid, right? But look at the number one pick of the draft. Look at Cam Ward. Cam Ward is a guy that you have no question that everyone on his team is going to follow him into battle. This is a dude that went to Incarnate Word. What the fuck is Incarnate Word? I don't even know what that is, but he moves on to Washington State, moves on to the U. My honest comparison, and you Canes fans aren't going to like it after I just gave Cam Ward all the credit in the world, but Sanders reminds me mentally of Carson Beck, an egotistical guy, man, and people that didn't work out in Georgia of all places. So, like, if you can't work out with those guys, you have an ego issue. Look, man, the NFL jobs are on the line. A lot of money gets made, but we've seen Jeff George's, Johnny Manziel's, Jamarcus Russell's, guys that had attitude issues, and nobody's willing to co-sign for that shit anymore. So hopefully the young man learns a lesson. I think he's got talent, but you certainly didn't want to sign up for not only that, but his father possibly taking your job. Like, there's that issue too. Nobody wants to talk about that. Like, your job is under threat if it's not working out and he's under contract. Maybe we'll go get his dad.
Yeah, but I didn't even think of that aspect. You're right.
So that's a lot of shit, man. It's a lot to process. I'll leave it there and let you guys chime in. But
the thing about Cam Ward is when he went to Tennessee and he went to the facilities for his interview and everything, they said he walked around the whole facility, trying to meet everybody, even in the cafeteria. He was introducing himself to everybody in the cafeteria.
That's
he
leadership.
He wanted to get to know, the place that he was going to be playing for. And Shador was kind of walking there arrogant on this, and probably, I would imagine there's only a certain amount of teams that his dad wanted him to go to. So when he's doing these other interviews,
nonchalant.
And was just like trying to tell him what he's going to do instead of just listening and trying to be coachable. I mean, these franchises are putting millions of dollars into these players. They want people that they can coach and talk and be a leader. And I think the way he handled the whole draft process, man, is what killed him.
Let me piggyback you real quick on that. So they asked Cam Ward on Friday night after he was drafted if he was going to worry about the number one, which was retired for Warren Moon. He's like, no, I'm not worried at all about that. Those things take care of themselves. I need to get in there and meet all my teammates. He says those things right then, like I'm worried about getting in there, learning the playbook, getting with my teammates, figuring all that out.
You see who they signed in after the draft as an undrafted free agent? Tennessee?
No.
Restrepo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. But ultimately, what happens is they fly Cam to Nashville, and in comes Warren Moon with the number one jersey, unbeknownst to Cam, and hands it to him. And after he saw him say that, he's like, "No, you take that. You're a leader. You're grown." So
but they had asked Warren Moon about 2 weeks ago if Cam went to Tennessee, will he be willing to unretire his number? And Warren Moon said, "We'll talk about that. We'll cross that bridge if it happens."
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to do that for an asshole.
Right.
No, that's the point.
And then I saw an interview after the draft too, after Cam was picked, and they asked him, "So what do you like about, what is it? What is there to do in Tennessee?" And he's like, "Well, there's country music." And he's like, "Yeah, I started listening to country music, a couple months ago."
Morgan Wallen fan.
They have, hot chicken or whatever they call it there.
Nashville something.
Nashville hot chicken. I mean, so that was a guy that's trying to
embrace like the culture, like the Nashville way.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Where Shador, man, I heard his Pittsburgh interview went well with Tomlin. I mean, I'm sure that one went well. But I'm sure with majority, and then also when the All-Star games came out for college, there's the Shrine and what is it, the East and West?
East-West, yeah.
East and West All-Star game. Well, Shador didn't go to the East and West. He went to the Shriners. The Shriners is in Dallas. They told him that he needs to show up for practice. He didn't practice at all. He just showed up for the game. So when when teams see that, it's going to put you off to why am I going to draft this guy if he's not willing to do the work, not put in the time, and do everything that he wants to do on his time frame. So and then I saw something about, once again, man, here we go, man. The dude from ESPN.
Mel Kiper's goofy ass.
No, the other one.
See how old Mel Kiper got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well,
him and Corso need to go together.
Well, Corso's about to retire. Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith, sent out a tweet, and now it's on the level of Kaepernick, and it's turned into this race thing.
It wasn't no race thing.
Degree. It's like, man, can you just look at the facts and look at the fact that the way the man handled himself, and if you look at a lot of the other Colorado players that were drafted, they were later in the round. All that flashy shit that Deion's doing in Colorado. Yeah, it might bring attention to Colorado, but it puts off the NFL. You know what I'm saying? When those owners and teams go to draft them, because they don't want all that flashy bullshit. They want people to come in, work hard, do the things that they need to do to be a better player. Yep. Travis Hunter's a unicorn, dog.
That dude.
He don't drink. He don't smoke. He don't go out and party. It's
did you
football
see
all the
how
time.
excited he was to go to Jacksonville?
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Yeah, I mean, so, but I think that culture that Deion's doing in Colorado is actually hurting them when it's time for them to go on to the NFL.
Yeah, that, like, I think you were on there, Wally, with that flashy shit correlates more with the 17, 18-year-old high school kid coming up.
Right.
But now it's business when you're going college NFL.
Because it's not realistic, bro, to have fucking movie stars and former athletes that have no affiliation with Colorado at all on the sideline.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, you look back when Bush was at USC, when USC had all those great teams.
That's in California though, bro.
Yeah, I know, but they had Snoop, they had
Yeah, that's in California. They there.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. So
Nobody's
you're
in
saying,
fucking Colorado.
yeah, everybody was flying out just to be a part of the production. It's like their pro days. It was called a showcase.
Hmm.
It's so
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Hey, did he go to the combine?
He
Shador?
didn't work out.
He didn't work out.
Yeah,
And,
and I think
and his pro day, he didn't have a pro day, did he?
I think
That
he
was
worked in a controlled environment of the pro day, but that was the only time he worked out in front of anyone.
Yeah, that hurt him too, bro. That hurt him. What was his father doing? I know he's an adult, but I would assume he's an adult, but his father still kind of like counsels him and directs him the right direction, what moves to make. His dad have been down this road. His dad have seen other people down this road. And a lot of that shit,
yeah, but
self-inflicted gun wounds.
like when Dion was coming out, that's what he did too, man.
Yeah,
he was
flashy as fuck.
he was flashy.
You have to account for the difference of a cornerback versus a quarterback.
Who's the leader of the
Right.
team?
This is the leader of your entire organization.
The quarterback
At the end of the day.
is the
You're going to
face
make
of every
$60 million.
franchise.
Yeah. So we need to make sure that like I said about Cam Ward, we need to make sure that our guys are going to follow this dude into war. I think there's some questions there. So
Yeah, no matter how good or how bad your quarterback is, he is the face of the franchise.
Well, why did Cleveland draft him when they already drafted the dude out of Oregon?
Dylan
That
Gabriel.
was crazy shit, right?
Why did they draft 2 quarterbacks?
let's
Somebody
make
not
him
gonna
fight
make
for
it.
his roster spot.
Somebody's not going to make it.
Yeah, one of them's cut, guaranteed.
Didn't Chicago do that a couple years ago? What was there? There was a team in.
Well, it was Washington when they took RG3 and then took Cousins. That happened.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that's it. That's right. That's
And
that's what I was thinking of.
RG3 won the battle, but Cousins, I don't know, Cousins sorry too.
Well, RG3 lost the war because of his knee, but
Yeah, he got
that's the
hurt.
only thing that cost him. He was a better
Right.
player. RG3 was generational for a minute there.
And Kirk Cousins just played good for a spell, then he get back to Kirk
Made a
Cousins.
lot of money.
Kirk Cousins, a businessman, dude.
Made a lot of money.
He's got to make money to feed all them fucking kids.
He had like a baby a year.
Yeah, that
Kirk-
dude. He's
Okay, so he likes to make money and get pussy.
He got
The
about as many
American
kids
dream.
as Tyreek Hill.
The American, he can run my fucking finances if he wants.
He turned his career into a moneymaker. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, everywhere he go, he get a good ass contract.
Oh,
Yep.
but what teams do you think really made out during the draft? Like who really made some
start
good
with
moves?
start with Cleveland, man. Cleveland trading back, getting that tackle from Michigan. They filled out their running back slot. Cleveland looks good to me, man. I like what they did.
I like almost everything the AFC North did. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cleveland.
Y'all sleeping on the Patriots, bro. Patriots got some good ass players, man.
They did.
Yep. I also think
that hurt me because by being a Dolphin fan, I didn't like all the fucking moves the Patriots were making.
yeah, I also like what Atlanta did in the first round.
Two good edge rushers.
Too
man.
good. Oh, dude, I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, they
that
needed
was-
that.
Atlanta had
well
two first
done.
rounds.
They traded back.
Okay, because I know they
We'll
got
trade
one
it up.
good edge rusher, with their first pick.
Yeah, they needed that bad because that's one thing that was hurting them the last couple of years. They haven't been able to get pressure on the quarterback at all.
Yep.
So they needed that.
Yeah, I thought
the
my bad.
Giants, the Giants. I thought Giants did well with getting
Giants.
Carter and then Dart.
I have
And
questions
then,
about Dart, but
I
I like
mean,
the
we'll
shot.
see.
Where did your
I mean,
boy
we'll-
Scatterboo go to? I forgot. I saw somebody.
Oh, he went to the
He
Giants.
went to the Giants.
It went to the Giants. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. So I think the Giants did well too, man. It's gonna be interesting to see how all these players turn out, man. But yeah,
Got to give Jacksonville credit for taking the shot at Hunter because
Well,
they gave up a lot.
Everybody knew he was going number 2. Everybody knew Cam was going number 1. Travis Hunter was going number 2 because Cleveland was going to pick him up. Cleveland is stupid for not picking him up.
yeah, but Jacksonville's got to get credit for making that trade to say, hey, we need
They
to get
gave up
involved here.
they gave like Wally just said, they gave up a lot. They gave up next year's first round.
Yeah, they gave up next year's first round, second this year.
Yeah, they gave up like 3 picks.
So
Yep.
for him.
But if you're Cleveland-
Good, Wally.
if you're Cleveland, if you have an idea that you're going to draft Shador, why not stay there at 2, keep Travis Hunter,
And Shador.
right, And then you get Travis or Shador later on, and you team them back up.
Because I don't think Stefanski wanted him at all. I think the fact that they took him was just because of value based in the 5th round. It's a crapshoot at that point. I don't think they had intent. They took 5 guys ahead of him.
He was the best player in the 5th round.
Yeah. Did you see their faces when they took him?
They wasn't even excited. They wasn't even excited.
Yeah. I thought that was fucking great. One thing I liked about the NFL draft, obviously I'm a Green Bay guy. I thought the energy all weekend was fucking great. Like
I give you props. It was good.
There's over 200,000 people there the first night, man.
Yeah. It's going to be in Pittsburgh next year.
I heard "Go Pack Go" enough times to fill out the rest of my life. I know
feels good, right?
Every time
feels good, right?
Every time Detroit, Chicago got up, they gave y'all the business.
Well, Green Bay finally took a wide receiver with their first round pick, so everybody was excited about that. He's going to be good. What, Golden?
Golden, yeah.
Yeah, Texas.
First receiver since your Florida State guy, Javon Walker.
Yeah, since 2002. Yeah, 2002. So yeah.
Tampa taking Igbuka from Ohio State was another one.
I thought that was Tampa Bay's loaded with some firepower on offense right now, dude.
Dude, that offense is fucking crazy right now.
What about Pittsburgh drafting the quarterback? What's his name? Will Howard.
Will Howard, yep.
From Ohio State.
Did they? I didn't see that.
Yeah, Pittsburgh picked him up in the 5th or 6th round.
I'll say he went before Shador too.
No, after. He went after.
I went after. Okay.
He went after, but that also goes to show you that even though he may have interviewed well with Pittsburgh, like we talked about, they still had questions because they had several shots at Shador too, and they let him go and decided on Will Howard.
Man, my motherfucking Dolphins, I wasn't that happy with our draft this year.
Well, we got
which might be a good thing because usually I'm all excited about some of the draft picks we get and they don't wind up doing shit.
You got your backup for Tua and Quinn Ewers.
I don't even know what the fuck that is. Who is he?
Texas quarterback.
Texas quarterback.
A mullet guy.
Started out at Ohio State and transferred to Texas.
I'll take him over the other motherfucker we got.
Zach Wilson, sorry.
Oh my God.
Hey, Zach's gonna be our starter, man.
Somebody's gonna be the starter week 3. 2 will go out every week, every season, week 3. 3 through 7, he's not there.
Two is gonna go face first with a linebacker.
Yeah, so. we got a nice our first round pick we got. I was pleased. We had 10 picks starting Thursday.
Lyman, right?
Yeah, from Michigan, number 78. D tackle. He's basically the replacement for when we traded Wilkinson last year.
Yeah, but y'all needed offensive line help.
We got that in round 2.
Yeah, we picked up a nice Samoan kid.
Hey, when in doubt, draft a Samoan kid.
Listen,
that's all I'm saying.
I text y'all the other night. You don't get no better on the O-line than a Samoan or a Cornhusker.
Yeah. Yep, that's right, man. Obviously, we were talking about Shador being the hot topic for. Did you guys see the clip of the Ole Miss frat house prank calling Shador?
That is
amazing.
Hilarious.
And he bought it hook, right here. Line, and sinker. It was the funniest shit.
Here it is. You finna play it. Play it, Jay.
Yep. Here we go.
Nobody got this number though.
Hold on.
Did they just troll, bro?
No, this is the end. This is the tail end of it. Well, here's the beginning. Oh, you sent me 2 clips, didn't you, Dave?
Maybe.
Yes.
Now I don't feel so bad for that mute.
Yeah, you should. You're not excused, Toby.
Here we go.
GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good. How are you, man?
Good. Been waiting on you.
Go. Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man.
No, for sure.
We're gonna take you with our next pick right here, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Let's be legendary.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, man.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Ready to go. What does that mean?
What? What did he say?
I don't know.
How you gonna ask us what it means and you was on the phone?
You heard that?
You said you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer.
Okay. Sorry about that. What the fuck?
That is
Face went from happy to sad like that.
It's 50-50. But nobody got this number though.
Did they just troll, bro?
Okay.
Man, he just got trolled, bro. They tripping now, fam. Now I'm getting crashed out, bro.
That's wild.
Yeah, so according to Toby, only the GMs had his phone number. So this kid figured out how to hack the number or it got leaked or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
pretty
That
funny.
shit was funny because he was there was a clip of him on ESPN where Shador's like, ain't waiting much longer, just got a call. And then I'm sitting there like, what are you talking about?
That was
Did you see his room, Shador's room, where it was legendary everywhere and on the wallpaper, on the walls and everything around him and everything, man. I think, like I said,
That's
man,
the shit, though. That's the shit right there that we're talking
That's
about.
what I'm
Even in the
saying.
call. Like, did you hear the call? How unserious
yeah.
he sounded about it? Like, it was like, oh, what's going on, man? Like, and this is the moment you're getting drafted to run a franchise. And you're just kind of nonchalant, whatever. Oh, okay. He's like, what
I
did
was
he
the only
say?
one picked up on that. I said to myself, either he knew he was being punked or he just wasn't that enthused.
Yeah, or is it one of those
serious?
I'll say one of those situations where you're trying to be like, hey, this is a big deal. I'm trying not to panic and sound. Let me try to be level-headed and
let's be legendary.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. He's got to eat some humble pie. Hopefully, this kind of changes his attitude about things. I don't see it happening though. That's the way he was grown up. That's the way he was raised. Silver spoon in his mouth, everything given to him. He never had to earn a starting position at quarterback. He went to Jackson State, right, with his dad. His dad was his high school coach.
Before that, his dad was his little league coach too.
And he goes to, his dad goes to Jackson State, so he goes there. He's the quarterback. Obviously, he's going to be the starting quarterback. Then his dad goes to Colorado, and then he goes there and he gets the quarterback starting position there. He hasn't earned anything.
So he hasn't had to fight for anything in his whole life.
No.
This might be the first time in his whole career that his dad isn't on the coaching staff.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
without doubt. And it's going to be interesting to see how he reacts to somebody else telling him to do something.
Because
how is he going to be able to handle it?
I'm a firm believer, and we've said it on the show before, that I'm not saying he's not a bad quarterback. I mean, a good quarterback, but I am saying his dad tailored the offense towards his abilities.
Yeah, I could see that. I wasn't a big Cam Ward fan until I started really following him here at the draft with the 0-star recruit out of high school, and just like you said, he's just blue collar, had to work and earn everything he got, and that's the American dream, really, man. Work your ass off and go number one. I mean, get recognized for what you've done.
That's it, man. Them tears almost had me crying.
Yeah, there's no confusion about Cam Ward's ability to learn either, because he's been through 3 systems in college now.
Yes.
So this guy he's the product. This is the real deal.
Jesus Christ, Toby, your shirt says legend too.
Well, yeah, but it's 33 legend.
Okay,
bird stuff.
Let's be legendary.
I like your background, Toby.
Oh yeah, I put all my hats yesterday on the wall there.
Oh, you got it all set up for the podcast. Oh, nice. By the way, Keith, it's a 8-hour flight to Madrid, Spain, and it's only $765. So I don't know where you were flying to.
That's round trip.
That's round trip. I don't know where you were going.
He's going to Australia.
If I go, I gotta take my wife too.
Maybe I'll be going to the Bernabeu then, if it's only that much.
If it's
765. I guess for 2 people it'll be around 1,500.
I got a United. I have a United plug too, so let me try to check with him.
Toby, you can't get to the Bernabeu before me. That'll be fucked up.
I don't know, man. Like you just said, 2 tickets, man. There's a way.
I might go just to tailgate over there instead of going, because the game's going to sell out as soon as it opens up. So even if I go and just talk to my wife, we might be able to go just to fucking tailgate.
I like it.
You a big tailgater, Keith?
Love it. I tailgate every football game I go to.
Oh yeah.
Well, so your tailgates, you gonna take the pellet grill with you, or what are you gonna do?
Yeah, he's gonna fly it over.
I'll see if I can let me check it in.
Not for that one. I mean, just tailgates in general. You got your fucking assholes.
Oh,
you take a fucking $500 grill to a tailgate. That's a good way to come home to no grill.
Because everybody in the tailgate, not in the game, they can leave out with your grill.
Oh yeah.
When I go to the UM games, when I go to the Dolphin games, I tailgate, but I don't do the cooking anymore. I'm part of this club, and the whole parking area, East 12, West 12, Orange 12. The whole parking area is the tailgate.
East, West, Orange. What
Like,
12
it's
are we
something.
talking about?
It's West Orange 12. It's not camping world. What the shit called? Hard Rock. So everybody
Hard
know
Rock City.
everybody know everybody. You know, I can get something from anybody. A lot of people cooking, a lot of alcohol. There's times I don't even see the first quarter. I'm so messed up.
So
There's no
you don't bring
getting
anything.
allowed.
You just show up and you just go around to everybody else's tailgate and just pick food off of it.
I tip.
Oh, you tip?
I tip.
There's no
$5.
They're not gonna allow $5 only. That's it. I agree with that 100%. $5. There's no tailgating in Spain. They're not gonna allow the tailgating happening over there.
They don't have the room, the parking space for all that.
Yeah.
How big is the stadium?
Soccer popular?
The stadium's 90,000.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my God, that's
80,000. They fill it up with maybe 5,000.
They just don't tailgate over there. That's an American tradition.
No, they go to the bars and get shit faced and walk in.
Exactly, and then you see the crowds come walking in with their flares and everything and banners. But no,
you guys big tailgaters, Toby, Wally?
Oh, me and Jay have we've put in some work.
Exactly.
Tailgates, yeah.
What's a cuisine of choice when you guys are tailgating? Is it just hamburgers and hot dogs, or do we go all out?
Oh, we've done we've done
oxtails one time.
Right. Well, that was me and Kay. But yeah, we did oxtails. But me and Toby, we've done what? Fajitas. We've done ribs. We've done burgers. Steaks. I think one time.
Yeah, we've done it all.
We've done it all, man. When we go, we go. Yeah, we bring in everything. We're bringing the music.
Go home.
We're bringing it.
The main person that I eat from, and when I tailgate in Miami, they only charge a little bit. I would say $20, $25 a person. So, and then you tip the bartender. You eat and drink as much as you want, right? And he make his food according to who we're playing. Like if we're playing Buffalo, then it's best believe it's going to be buffalo wings and buffalo deep fried
burgers, something like
chicken. Yeah. One time I forgot who was playing, but it was grilled lobster.
Probably the Patriots. Yeah,
it was grilled lobster. I'm like, damn. Okay.
Clam chowder.
Yeah.
What about you, David? You're a tailgater, or you just kind of what do you do?
Yes. Me and my boys, we all hit a game every year. So we the first year we went to Green Bay, and it was part of our.
You go in the middle of the winter, so it's like 4 degrees outside. Of course, you're not tailgating.
Right. Well, we go. So we go. That was part of our package where it was all catered to us. The funniest one we got our balls busted on was the Denver at Kansas City at Arrowhead Stadium. We pull up, get the coolers out, get a bag of ice, and everybody's like, "Why did you bring ice?" I'm like, I didn't realize it was going to be like -2 and snowing. So, and we need this in fucking Tampa.
That's a big, boring looking stadium. I've never been inside Arrowhead, but I've been in the parking lot a few times.
Yeah, it was cool. And we ended up meeting a bunch of guys there that Kansas City, they have like a raffle, like who does the best tailgate. And then the next week they cater your tailgate.
Really?
So they let us all in this. It was like a fucking castle. You walk in, just tents and food and.
What's the better tailgate atmosphere, college or NFL?
It's college. It's college.
I think
passion out there.
I know, bro. Yeah. You got to go to a Miami Dolphin tailgate because it's like.
If you go to Miami Dolphin tailgate, yeah, I'm not gonna argue with you on that one.
The women are
they bring it. Let me tell you something. The 305 brings it for a Dolphin tailgate.
I'll tell you one of the best times I had on our trips was at Chicago. Went to this place called Roscoe's or Rockies. Basically, you pay $20 to get into the door. It's like 4 stories, but it's all you can eat as part of your cover. You got to buy the drinks. They shuttle you over in a bus that's just like a fucking college frat party. So we go, Green Bay beats Chicago. I'm having the time of my fucking life. And Bohemian Rhapsody's blaring on the bus on the way back, and everybody's singing it and dancing. I'm like, all right, you beautiful son of a bitches, give me a go, Pack, go. I almost got the shit kicked out of me.
That'll do it.
Yeah, it was great.
The best tailgate I've ever threw and was a part of was a while back. Remember when Miami kicked the season off, Hurricanes, against the Gators here in Camping World?
Yeah.
Man, I threw one of the biggest.
Four
No, it
years?
was more than 3 years ago. That had to be 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, it had to be like 2018.
Okay. Yeah.
Man, I threw a tailgate. It was so major, and we got a good spot. We got there like 4 in the morning that Saturday, and we got a spot directly across the street from the stadium, and right there about across the street from Chico's. I would assume Wally the only person know what Chico's is.
Yeah.
We was right across the street from Chico's.
Okay.
The Chico's in Miami, but I don't think it's the same.
So man, it was so many people. They left their tailgate to come to our tailgate. My tailgate was so big that our big boss that we all no longer your big boss, Dave, came. He didn't have a drink, but he even came to our tailgate. Yeah.
Nice. You guys ever been to I'm sure you guys have, to like a sandbar party?
What's that?
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's like a sandbar, like ocean, boats all pull up, dock.
I've never done it. I've seen it online, but I've seen it online, but I've never done it.
Those are a good time. I got
those are really good times.
Yeah. I got hammered at Madeira Beach one time, just fucking, I think it was like Mad Max Beach or breweries hosting it. I remember getting shit-faced drunk. Some guy had a floating grill go by, and I don't know who he was. I grabbed a whole fucking ribeye off of it. I wake up next
grill?
Yeah, my fingertips were like fucking. I could probably rob something and I get caught. Did that? Yeah, I remember waking up the next morning going, oh, "Why is there so much blood?" I kicked so many fucking anchors stumbling through the ocean. That part wasn't fun, but we should all go to a sandbar party.
That just gave me chills. Kicking the anchors like that.
What's the best tailgate you've been to?
Who, me?
Oh, yeah, Toby. Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. We've thrown some good ones. I mean, that one we had at the Clemson Florida State game with the Fajitas was a damn good tailgate. I mean, somebody pulled out a gun after we were in the game, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Remember that dude, the dude that I went off on earlier for snatching a fajita? He ended up tearing up somebody's mobile home.
Yeah, RV.
Yeah, RV.
That's the kind of tailgates I don't want to be a part of.
To me, one of the best ones I went to, I think up in Clemson. I think the whole atmosphere up in Clemson that we went to.
Best college atmosphere I've ever been to was Clemson.
South Carolina?
Yeah, that place is amazing, man. We went up there for a Florida State game, and we were still good at the time, and we had Dalvin Cook. This whole weekend was amazing, but we got there, and that entire Friday night, walking around town with these people, we couldn't buy a beer. We were getting shots handed to us by everybody, and every single person came up to you and shook your hand and said, "Welcome to Clemson."
Before Clemson got good.
That was the year they first made the Natty game and lost to Bama. That year. But we get to the game. This is the best part of the story. We get to the game, and this place is, you know how they run down the hill at Clemson? This is the first time Clemson ever ran down that hill in the season, ranked number 1 ever. And the noise, you couldn't hear anything because your ears just started vibrating and there was no more sound. And on the very first play of the game, the very first play after the kickoff, Dalvin Cook busts a 90-yard touchdown. And it went from the loudest place you ever heard to the most silent you ever heard. And the only thing you heard in the stadium was Jay screaming, "Yeah, fuck y'all motherfuckers." And I'm like, bro.
And all that Southern hospitality they gave you.
Yeah, I almost got arrested in the game.
So on the way, they were great up until the game.
Yeah,
the tailgate was great. I mean, the whole Friday night was awesome. Saturday we're tailgating, everybody's friendly. We're walking around, everybody's just real friendly. But then when it was game time and we started walking to the game, it was so much shit talking towards us. Y'all fucking Florida State fans, blah blah blah. That's all I heard. And we're gonna kick y'all's ass and da 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 da. And then when Dalvin Cook ran for that touchdown, because I was holding back. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's not like you're gonna talk shit to all these fans as you're walking towards the stadium. But once we got in that stadium and Dalvin Cook ran that touchdown, I couldn't hold it back anymore. That's when I could just kind of just let it all out. Fuck yeah, fuck you, motherfucker.
Now,
we're gonna win this fucking game.
when we sat down, I kept the vibe. Remember, I shook everyone's hand. I was like, "Thanks for having us. We appreciate y'all. This is a great town, right?" So I came in there with a bunch of Jack Daniels bottles in my boots, little airplane bottles, and I'm pouring drinks. Well, one of them that I didn't shake their hand apparently ratted me out to the cops because at that time you were not allowed to have liquor in the stadium, and the cop comes and gets me. The cop comes.
I was about to say,
me.
I don't think you're allowed to.
So yeah, the cop comes to get me, and then luckily, since I gave all those people handshakes and was kind, they were like, "No, he's a good guy. Don't take him to jail." So the cop actually just let me off and took the liquor.
Nice.
Yeah. It was a fun weekend, that's for sure.
But yeah, Clemson's a great. Well, it was. I haven't. I don't think I've been back since then. But
are you playing with your nipples thinking about it?
You see that, right?
It looked like it, didn't it?
Like,
God damn, that was great.
I can't wait to go back to Clemson.
Clemson does it for me.
But have they had a little bit of attitude change since then?
Yeah, I've been back twice, and the free beers aren't as often. The welcome to Clemson's aren't as often, but they also have 2 national titles that they didn't have before. So the arrogance has upped a little bit.
Hey, Dennis is on it. Dennis is on with us. We got audio. He's saying we don't have any audio, but I got us on audio here. So, Dennis, maybe try to restart your computer.
Hey, Toby, I like the way you preferenced the story by saying this is when Florida State was still good.
You like that? I keep it real.
That shit was look classic.
I'll tell you, one of the coolest tailgates I've ever been to at NFL was I went to Monday Night Football, the Patriots at Buffalo. Buffalo, man, is everything as advertised.
Was it at night?
It was Monday Night Football.
I mean, I'm sorry. Was it in the winter?
It was in the winter.
You love them cold games.
That's the point. We live in fucking Florida. And that was the night the Patriots only threw the ball 3 times because it was like through. Yeah,
Dave also wants to move.
That game was like, wasn't it like 6 degrees or something?
It was 6 degrees with 70-mile-an-hour gusts.
Man, there's nothing I can do at a 6-degree game.
Yeah. Oh, you could sit down and use other people as human shields.
I went.
Dave wants to move somewhere where it's cold, so that's why he wants to go to Tennessee or Dallas or something. I don't know, somewhere where it's nice and cold.
I think it was 2016, 2017 when the first Pro Bowl was at Camping World. I went to that game. It was freezing.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
It was freezing. That's the game that I realized that is an urban myth. That is a fucking myth that you can, more alcohol you drink, you'll stay warm. That's bullshit. Because I was so drunk I couldn't see the field, but I was still freezing.
Well, that warmth only lasts for like the first 30, 45 minutes. And then for whatever reason, you start to get cold again after that.
I was so cold, man. It was in third quarter. I said, I can't take this no more, man. I got to go. I got to go. And you go on the negative 6-degree or 6-degree game. That's insane.
Yeah.
It sounds to me like we have to plan a FLA Trash Talkers tailgate and go live on the air.
I'm about that.
We got a lot of Dolphins fans, so there's an easy target.
We've been planning that. We've been talking about going because me and 2 of my sons, we make it a boys trip every year. We make sure we go to the very first home opener for the Dolphins. So I told, before you came on the show, Toby, I told Jay he need to bring his ass too.
Yeah. I'll work that out.
And
I'm into that.
Let's go. And October 4th is Hurricanes versus Florida State at Doak. And that's my oldest son's birthday, so I plan on going to that too.
Jay, you down?
Of course. We'll see what happens after the Alabama game.
It doesn't matter, man. Florida State.
We play Notre Dame. Kick the season off.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yep. So Dave just sent a picture of where's this at?
That was the hurricane that was coming through in Buffalo that night. I sent it to all you guys.
Yeah. All that snow coming down.
Hell no, I can't do it.
Yeah. It was a good time, dude. It was great.
Oh yeah. Put on 50,000 layers of freaking clothes and walk around with your balls.
You couldn't get drunk, dude. You could not get drunk. I mean, it was just you kept going, and Denise is like, "Hey, take it easy on
walk around with your balls all shriveled up," is what Wally said.
I'm sitting there. I'm like, I spent $200 on fucking hot chocolate.
my youngest son and I, we fantasize about going to a Buffalo game, a Miami Dolphin Buffalo game, but the Dolphins usually play Buffalo in the later in the season, and I'm not going when it's cold. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Keith, you won't regret it, dude.
Yeah, well, I'm black. Yeah, I'm not doing it.
You say he won't regret it, but that Dolphins Kansas City game 2 years ago in the playoffs, there were 3 or 4 people that got fucking frostbite at that game.
Yes,
right into that shit.
Oh yeah, that's when the beard was freezing over and everything like that.
Yeah,
is that the game you're talking about?
Andy Reid had frozen snot in his mustache.
Bro,
yeah,
people lost fingers. They lost fingers and toes from frostbite in that game. Not players, but fans.
You always see at least 1 or 2 drunk motherfuckers with their shirts off and shit.
I see Dave doing that. I promise you, I see Dave.
Yeah,
what the hell?
That's definitely Dave.
What the
Did
hell
you see me in Minnesota?
We did.
Yeah.
I can see Dave, no shirt on, 13 degrees.
You were playing with your nipples like Wally was playing with his.
Oh. My nipples now stretching.
Whatever.
Playing with your nipples to me.
We should quit being a pussy, Keith. Let's plan it.
I'm not going to cold weather, guys. We can go, but I'm watching TV from my fucking hotel.
I'll jump in on that bandwagon.
Let's go to
I'm not scared. I'm not scared.
Let's go to like a Cleveland game. We'll go see the Hall of Fame. Make a weekend of it.
Cleveland, though.
What's that?
Shadour's not going to put them. Let me stop.
We could pretend we could heckle Shador and say we're the frat guys from Ole Miss and get in a fucking fight with them.
If I'm gonna go freeze my nuts off, I'm gonna at least go see a good team.
A good game, right?
I'm not going to Cleveland. Sorry.
Okay. We'll go see Green Bay, Minnesota, Green Bay, Detroit at Lambeau.
Listen, I go, but the coldest.
I'd go to Lambeau.
The coldest I'm going to watch the game is 50 degrees. Anything under the 50, fuck it, I'm not going.
I mean, if I'm going to experience the cold weather and I'm going to put myself through that, Lambeau is probably.
That's why I threw that out there. I'm like,
I would probably try to go.
The problem with that, though, it's hard to get a Lambeau ticket. I don't know how Dave got in there.
It's not. It's easy. We got to find Green Bay versus Carolina shitty team.
And they're selling them.
We got them for like $75 a ticket.
Because I believe the entire stadium is sold out for like the next 10, 15 years.
For the season tickets.
But the individuals you can still get?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I'm going to price it out. Get ready, boys. We're going to Green Bay this year.
The schedule come out in 2 weeks. We'll see.
Yep.
Yeah, Lambeau out there in the parking lot. We can do the show out there in the parking lot where it's nice and cold, 2 degrees outside, all shivering.
Dude, all of us come back to work and get rolled up because we all sick as shit and can't come to work.
What's another bucket list place you'd want to go to watch a game?
Mine was going to be last year until Florida State
Notre Dame
absolutely shit all over themselves.
Exactly. We had that.
I was going to Notre Dame.
We had that locked down a year before we were going to go to that, and then
once we were 1-4.
Notre Dame would be a good place.
Hopefully, that can happen, and
where's the game at this year? They what we playing in Miami? No, it's in Miami. When we play Notre Dame, right?
Yeah,
I think it's in Miami.
It's at the Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about the horseshoe?
No interest. I have no interest in those fans.
Where's that at?
That's Ohio State.
Columbus.
Ohio State.
Now go to the rival. I'd like to go to the Big House. Right?
I mean, would you want to go to the Big House? Okay.
Ohio State at Michigan.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd like to go to Knoxville for a game at Neyland.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Huge.
I love Knoxville, bro. That's a beautiful campus. I've been to that. I've never been in the game, but I've gone to Knoxville a few times. Toby, you're the only one on the show don't know that. That's my bucket list destination to retire. Knoxville.
Nice.
I love that city.
It's a nice city.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to go to a night game at LSU.
Oh yeah.
That'd be fun.
Michigan is a good campus too. My oldest son went to a really small school in Ann Arbor. It was like 2 miles away from the University of Michigan. So when it was too cold, they practiced in their indoor facility. And it was nice. Their campus is nice as shit.
I just had an idea. Hear me out. Let's go see Harvard versus Yale and see if we get some students to do our trivia. Us versus them.
Oh God, we're gonna lose so bad against them. Jesus Christ!
Well,
No, you won't. No.
Who's going to be the home team? Harvard or Yale? That is a boring campus. I've walked around Harvard campus before. That was a boring ass campus. Everybody nerds.
Which one has the bowl stadium? Is that Yale or Harvard?
I couldn't even tell you, bro.
I think the Coliseum was built off of. It's a small, tight, perfect bowl stadium. I want to say it's Harvard, but the college. I want to say the. Damn.
You walk around Harvard, you know you're in Harvard. It don't look like any other college town. It's old. It's just, everybody just looks 10 times smarter than me.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, I mean
they don't look; they are.
Yeah, exactly. And acted.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to an Ole Miss game and do a tailgate at Ole Miss. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, the Grove is a pretty dope place from what I hear.
I would love to go to a Seattle Seahawks game. Those motherfuckers are serious in that stadium. The 12 guy.
Yeah, 12th man.
Well, they built that stadium for acoustics intentionally, so it's stacked in a way that creates a louder volume than anywhere else.
I think them and Minnesota, once they redid the Minnesota, remember the other stadium collapsed because of the snow on the roof. I believe they built that dome also the same way.
Dude,
I think you're right.
That's a game we went to this year. The ceiling in that place looks like a Viking warship, like the bottom of a bottom. Dude, that was top 10 experience in my life. Dude,
that's where you saw Vanilla Ice too, right?
Vanilla Ice did halftime show. I was like, fuck yeah.
Vanilla Ice did the halftime show. He only has one song.
Yeah, play that funky music and Ice Ice Baby.
That's motherfucker for 12 minutes, he did a 10-minute version of Ice Ice Baby.
Nah, he probably threw in the Ninja Turtle song. Remember, he did the fucking Ninja Turtle movie.
Yeah,
he's trying to get it to happen. I'm like, come on.
Dave was like a child in a candy store when Ice Ice Baby came on, weren't you?
I was, man. It's that's
Hey Toby, you missed the picture.
That's bucket list shit.
Of him with the Slim Shady locks when he was in college.
I gotta see that.
Oh, he's gonna pull up that picture.
What's the loudest stadium you've been to?
Mine was Clemson, dog. Like, period.
Yeah, without doubt. Yeah.
I mean, Florida was pretty loud. I've been there a few times.
Yeah.
Florida was loud.
Florida was loud last year, no doubt.
I would say the Florida UM game in Camping World
2 years ago.
The Florida Camping World was rough. The Florida UM game that I went to and Camping World was pretty rough.
You know, I'd love to tell y'all about how loud it is down in Miami, but unfortunately, that's the only game y'all sell out against Florida State, and we're half the fucking crowd, so it doesn't get that loud.
Whatever, dog.
It's
Whatever,
split.
dog.
That's very true.
You know what's a good stadium? You know what? I despise this team. Whoever's playing this team, I'm rooting for them every year. I am an instant fan of whoever playing the Cowboys every season. I mean, every week, right? But they have a good stadium. I went to the last time the Dolphins played in Dallas. I was there, man. That was a nice ass stadium. I was highly impressed.
Nice.
I spent like $100 and something bucks for my seat that was in the nosebleed, right? And I could have spent $20. They have a spot right behind the end zone because the stadium is kind of like in a pit. So when you walk in ground level, you already like on the second or third floor because the field is like 2 floors under the ground level from the outside. So because of that, they have this platform. When you walk in, you can stand behind the end zone and you can watch the game standing up. And a lot of people do that. It's only $20 to get in and stand there.
No, damn. Y'all ever gone to a game where it was hyped up and it just ended up being a fucking shit show?
Every time I went to a Dolphin game and they lost. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went me and the guys on our trip 2 years ago, rematch NFC Championship game, Niners at Eagles. We're in Philly. It's a game where what's his name, Big Dom or whatever, gets in the fight with the linebacker or lineman from the Niners on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
Niners beat the brakes off of them. And was it Niners? I don't even fucking remember. I just remember
it was. They beat the shit out of Philly, yeah.
I just remember when that happened. And like Keith said, we're up in the nosebleeds. Like I thought I walked to fucking heaven by the time I got to my seat. I remember the punches getting thrown. Eagles fans. That wasn't any of them guys in yellow jacket security. Nope, ain't stopping shit. I was like, oh, this really happens.
In Philly.
Yeah.
Not in Philly.
It's expected.
Yeah,
it's expected.
Yeah, that was cold and rainy.
I think the coolest place I saw a Dolphin game was at Club Live inside the stadium at Hard Rock Stadium. That was pretty cool.
Oh, is that cool?
Yeah, it's really cool.
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say Milwaukee, and I was going to hang up. I was going to get off the fucking phone call.
Oh boy. Every now and then I get club seats for the Dolphins, and I feel pretty privileged when I do that.
That's the only way I go to a football game is club seats. Yeah, that's the only way.
My bank account
I like walking around, going inside in the air conditioner when it gets a little hot. They have the TVs in there. They have the bars. There's no lines for the bathroom. They have the meat carving station. It's really nice.
So you won't go to a cold weather game, but then you can't stand the heat in a fucking Florida game.
The bougie fuck. That's what he is.
So what's
wrong with liking nice things, Wally?
I'm with you, Jay.
Hey, Jay, let me tell you the trick. Let me tell you the trick. Why when you don't have to go. I understand the club level is a different experience. It's a step up. That's why the ticket's about $150 more, right? But how you defend that sun is make sure you get your seat on the Dolphin side. You got to get because if you don't get a ticket on the Dolphin side, you on that other side baking your ass off, and you about to die over there.
Yeah, make sure. But you know what? Instead of fighting all that, I just get the club seats. Just be done with it.
Smart man.
All right?
Smart man.
Be done with it. You know what is really nice is going sit in that bar, that fancy bar there, ordering yourself a nice drink, watching it on the big screen TV in the air conditioning, still being part of the crowd. And then you walk over and get yourself a nice piece of meat from the meat carving station and some other sides. That's the way to go to a game.
Fucking hate it here.
We did that. Me and Toby we went to a Tampa game. What was it, last year?
Yeah, it was the last game of the season.
Oh,
next to
last
last
game of the season.
Yeah, you sent me pictures.
Yeah, we did that fancy shit. It was nice. It was cool. You
treat yourself every 10 years.
It's good. It's
But
good to
there's
be
nothing
bougie every now and then.
nothing like being out. A lot of times we, for whatever reasons, when we go to college football games, if it's not at Florida State, we seem to get tickets on the visitor side. So we get to interact with the opposing teams.
But you know what? You're right. The party's not the same in the club level as it is in the outside the club level. I mean, it's a lot of trash talking outside the club level.
It can get interesting.
In the club level, bitches too bougie. They drinking their beer with a finger out.
It's civilized in the club level, man.
It's very civilized. There's no fighting. Everybody likes each other. The trash talk is very, very to the minimum.
I have a true story. I can't even remember what team it was. It was when I first came to the company we work for now, right? When I first started, I had been with the company maybe 3-4 months, and they found out I was a Dolphin fan. They said, "Hey, we own three suites at Hard Rock. We'll shoot you tickets." I went. I never got invited back. I went, and I got so trashed in the tailgate that when I got to the game, I was gone. Oh my God, I was gone. I slept the whole game. I was in the corner, knocked out, comatose.
I thought you were going to say you was obnoxious and was yelling and talking shit.
But it was a bunch of people from Houston. It was people from I've never seen before.
Corporate level.
And they all and I was told everybody wanted to know who was that drunk guy.
Nice. Maybe you were loud and obnoxious. You just don't remember it.
Fuck the dog.
I remember the national anthem, and I passed out, went to sleep.
And that's the way to do it. That's how you go to a football game.
That Tampa game that we went to, we were in the box seats or whatever.
Champions Club is where we were.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, you're right. My bad. Champions Club. And
I'm talking about the club seats. They're Champions Club.
Oh yeah, dude, there's free alcohol, dog. You're talking about buffet. You get anything you want. I mean, lobster.
That's what I'm talking
shrimps.
about. Why would you not go to a football game and do that?
Anyways, so there's 4 of us, right? And the first touchdown, we're down by the end zone where the champions section is, and by the end zone, and you could see Evans is going to run this slant. I mean, it was 1-on-1. Evans is going to run this slant, and sure enough, Baker Mayfield sees him, hits him wide open, and one of the dudes that's with us just jumps up. Oh yeah, that's what I said was going to happen. I told y'all. I was like, calm down. We're in the we're in the.
Yeah, well, you have to behave yourself. You have to behave yourself.
Just relax a little bit. We're not at damn Buffalo Wings, we're out on the back patio. I thought we were going to get kicked out.
Last time the Dolphins played the Cowboys, I was at that game. It was 2 years ago, 2 seasons ago, Christmas Eve, I think it was. We played the Cowboys at the Hard Rock, and this is when CeeDee Lamb was on fucking fire, right? So I was sitting in a row full of Cowboy fans, and I looked at them and I told them, I said, listen, there's no fucking way my team is going to let a bitch with red weave in his hair beat us, okay? They wanted to fight. They wanted to fight.
Nice.
Oh, it's funny.
All right, boys, it's the top of the hour. You're listening to the FLA Trash Talkers. We are live on YouTube. You can listen to us whenever you want. Just search for the FLA Trash Talkers on YouTube. Make sure to like and subscribe. We still got lots to talk about today. Keith, man, I don't know what's going on around this world, man. But apparently China has robots running in their marathons. Man. They said 21 robots ran along people in a half marathon in Beijing. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, guys?
That is crazy. I think it's
Beijing. What did I say?
I think Beijing is probably in Germany.
That might be how you say it in the Champions Club.
I think I want a Belgian beer today. so that shit is scary, bro. One of the robots was 5'10" and was standing upright like us, literally running.
That's wild.
Do the robots, do they make them look like a certain gender, or do they just like a metal?
It was metal, black metal.
It's a metal thing with clothes on.
All right, was the black metal faster than the silver metal?
Oh, I think so.
I get it.
I'm almost certain it was.
I'm not surprised. Not surprised.
I'm out for it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I got a video here on my phone here. There's the midget.
That's the midget, the 10-foot one.
That's fucking terrifying.
I can't see it.
Look at that 5'10". That one was the 5'10" one right there.
Jay, talk.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I was trying to. Hopefully, I switched over to your video because I can. Okay. Well, that's wild, man. I mean, so now they got robots running in marathons. What's the next progression?
They're going to be in our armies. They're going to be in the stores.
They're going to be in our houses.
They're going to be in the workforce. That's the new workforce.
That is crazy, bro. That terrified me when I saw that. That means I could be replaced.
Well, you're already being kind of replaced, but like, go ahead, Jay, because you said something about there's a restaurant here in Orlando that has a.
Yeah, we're already being replaced. There's a restaurant here in Orlando. It has like a robot that kind of looks like an R2D2, and it rolls up to your table. It asks for your order. Hello, I'm here, so and so. May I take your order, please? You tell it the order. It goes to the back of the restaurant, and then it rolls back out with a tray with your hamburger and fries or whatever it is that you ordered. There's no service staff there. It's the robot that does it. So, at what point are we going to be at a point where we're out of work? What are we going to do? What do we do when these robots take over?
If R2D2 rolls up to you and you don't try the Star Wars lines, like, hey, this is not the droid I'm looking for, and see if it goes away.
Be with you.
That's what I'll do. I'm like,
there's only 3 people on this podcast that caught that.
I got it.
And you're part of the 3.
For me, so what happens later on? So what we own a robot, and that robot goes and does the work to earn a paycheck, and we just sit at the house and just do our yard work and watch TV and yeah. And is that the progression? Like, so how are we going to make money if there's no workforce?
Because
I don't want a robot at my house. I don't want a robot at my house. I mean, I have an vacuum that vacuums the floor, and that thing gets stuck and doesn't know where to go and destroys the entire house rather than cleans it up. So what do you think a robot's going to do? I'm going to wake up in the morning and the robot's going to be walking up against the wall stuck.
Well, it's going to be taught. I mean, technology is going to progress, and that vacuum robot, whatever you have, is going to get better.
Bro, do human touch,
iRobot or whatever it's called,
do human personality, that are we living in such a world now that nobody values that anymore? Like you say, the robot come take your meal. I like to flirt with the waitresses sometimes, or just laugh with or if it's a dude, laugh with him. Just see that helps.
What if it's a robot? What if it's a robot that, that's like a woman, right? And walks up to you with big boobs. Would you still flirt with it?
Oh yeah, I'm in.
I know Dave would.
I'm lubing up a WD-40 and I'm going to Pound Town.
But what
Twin Peaks and it's just a bunch of girl robots. Would you flirt with any of them?
Damn, my boy's banging fucking Rosie from the Jetsons over here.
Once again, where's the interaction with society, right? So let's just say it progressed to where a robot's going to work for you. You're sitting at the house. You're not having any kind of social interactions anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, like, where is it going to go? Like, is it that we just sit at home and we just watch our TV and do yard work and the robot doesn't?
Well, why are you doing yard work?
If the the robot. That's first. And second of all, if the robot is out to work, I'm going to be at the bar. I'm going to be honest with you guys. So there will be some social,
by
robots. So there will be some social interaction with me with all the other guys that are there that have robots. Okay, and we're all going to be talking about how our robots do all our work for us.
Hey, you know what's going to happen?
To be fat and drunk.
Jay's going to be the first one to get killed. He's going to be at the bar getting served by a robot. Going to come home. His robot's going to come home from work. Why do you smell like this version of this robot? What is going on? I've been working all day. And
like your dog do?
Yeah.
If you go around another dog and you come home, your dog comes, you're like, well, what's that?
Yep.
They can smell it.
Well, you look at it. They have semi trucks now that drive themselves. So drivers drivers are losing work.
No more CDLs, bro.
You got waitress,
Uber drivers, driverless Ubers.
Like, so, I mean, that's putting people out of work. So where do we go?
That's the scary part, bro. We are being replaced. We just don't see it. I think it won't happen in our generation.
No, but I don't know. They're saying that last article I read that they are expecting in the next 5 years to have more robots running, like majority of the robots out there amongst us.
I was saying, if they can have robots running half marathons now, it's probably not as far away as we think it is.
I only have 13 more years left in me, and I'm done. I'm retiring. I got to say,
they may only have 5. We all may only have 5 more years left, according to the article here. 2030 is when they want to release majority.
I got a good 13 years left in me. Then, damn it, let the robots come. But you got to think about our grandkids. Think about our family that haven't even been born yet. It's going to be a different world for them.
What I'm thinking about is more. Has anybody seen the movie Terminator?
Yes.
Throwing that out there, I mean, they turn against us.
Motherfucker.
They turn against us,
April 27th.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We've seen.
Whoa, Dave!
I think on the movie April 27th is when Skynet went live. Can somebody Google that? Because it's April 27th.
I'm on it.
I'm saying. I don't know if it's a year.
I'm hiding today because there's going to be a master switch that's going to take over. All the robots going to unite and kill all.
August 29th.
Oh, August 20th. Okay,
Tuesday.
We got a couple more days.
Of what year?
Well.
August or April?
August 29th, 1997. So it already took effect.
Oh, we already passed it.
We're fine. We survived.
We're good.
We made it.
We're good. I am John Connor.
But what I'm saying is that, I mean, how many movies do we need to see before we realize this is probably not a good idea to have a robot walking around your house?
I told y'all they wasn't movies. They was documentaries.
Warning signs.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about it multiple times on the show, but I'm a firm believer that movies are telling us, like you said, documentaries, they're telling us what's happening in the future. Somehow they have the inside scoop and then they tell us by movies. And so when it happens,
predictive programming.
We're desensitized to it, right?
Yeah,
look, there's aliens walking around. Like 20 years ago, 40 years ago, if there was a talk about aliens, people were scared. Now we're just like, yeah, well, whatever. They walk around.
But is it the movies that are made puts the idea out there for other people to try to make? Okay, oh man, there's a a robot going around killing people, or he's able to shoot a gun, or and not thinking that that's what they're trying to develop, but are they they see that and then it sparks something in their brain where they want to develop a robot to be able to walk and function and do things. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the progression. Or is it that they, like you said, is it that people already notice it's going to happen and then they're just kind of putting it out there before, ahead of time? Like, I don't know.
The last couple of years, we had a couple movies come out, that Civil War movie and that movie that was ironically produced by Michelle and Barack Obama, the Leave the World Behind.
Leave World, yeah.
I couldn't finish that, man. That movie, I couldn't finish it.
It was weird, but I mean, think about it though. That if there ever was predictive programming, that's the one right there.
What got me in it, because it was just too realistic, is when they just destroyed 1,000 Teslas. Because
look what they're doing now.
Well,
but in the movie, Wally, in that movie, the Teslas took over themselves. Some people was in them, some of them was empty, but they all went to this one destination and like crashed.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so who knows, man? It's crazy what's going on with technology and how things are progressing, and who the hell knows? But yeah, at some point we have to figure out as humans, because we have to survive. We got bills to pay. How are we going to make money in order to live? Bro. Or is this going to be another disease comes out that wipes out half the population?
That's where the whole what's that?
I said that's ridiculous, Dave.
That's
what you just
fucking
said.
Nuts. Yeah.
He just sent us a group text about robots training in the military.
I've seen that a couple of years ago too.
But
that's ideal. That's ideal.
That's what they said they for.
Yeah.
That's what they started this robot shit for, was to say we're not going to send a human being to war to be harmed. We're going to send a robot. But now it's getting out of control.
That's how Skynet started.
I haven't been to
they destroyed the world.
All of my kids are adults except for one. And I haven't been to a circus in years. And I heard the animals now are replaced by robots. Because Peter came and wanted them to take all the animals out, said that they was holding the animals captive and that's not their environment. So now I heard they have robotic animals in the circuses.
What?
It could be, because if you ask me,
that's not a circus.
Going to work Monday through Friday is not my natural habitat. So a robot should take my spot. At the bar is my natural habitat.
I'm not going to argue with that.
God damn it, Peter, fight for me.
So there's an artist. I'm trying to pull this up real quick. There's an artist that I don't know, maybe it's mindset or imagination, or do the production companies have the inside scoop? There's an artist back in the 1800s. He drew a picture. He painted a picture, and it's a bunch of people sitting there talking on a phone. And he is in the 1800s where this technology did not exist. He's talking on FaceTime. So do we just have that imagination, or what? I mean, how do we get to that point?
Higher being.
Where we are today.
I told you, higher being.
Well, yeah, there's that too. There's a lot of belief system that there were aliens here that gave us this technology, because this technology probably would never exist if we didn't have the aliens come to us. There's that belief. But do we agree with the robots running around and taking over? I mean, what's you guys' thoughts on that?
I'm not going to say that they're going to take over per se, but they are going to take over the running of our civilization. There's no way around that. So what Jay's asking about is the questions about how are we going to live? I mean, that Klaus Schwab dude was saying 5 years ago, you would own nothing and be happy. And I think that's like a legitimate concept that will all, 100 years from now, you're not going to be out here buying a house on a lake. Your house will probably be issued to you, bro. That's probably where it goes.
So we're getting almost to the Minority Report type of thing, where you're being issued a house. They're going to be ahead of the game on us.
Yeah, that's
pretty scary if you ask me. I mean, what happened to free will? Like, I want to make my own decisions, but it sounds to me like what you're saying is we're not going to have that option anymore.
No, well, the good thing is you and me will be dead, so we won't.
Yeah, I want to
well.
say it's not. It won't. We won't see this. It won't affect us much. With our grandkids and our grandkids' kids, it's going to be a different world. To the point where they're going to think the way we live, they're not going to believe how we live. You guys had to drive to work. You guys actually had to drive your car, didn't take it yourself.
We're gonna be the Wild Wild West. We look at the Wild Wild West now.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be. I mean, just think about it. I mean, the world has changed with the iPhones, right? And how the kids know how to work their phones better than we do.
Yes.
So yeah, that technology is just going to keep on embedding, and they're going to keep on learning that technology
to the point where they're going to kind of mind fuck them, that they're going to think that is normal routine. They're going to grow up thinking that they need a robot dog. They're going to need a robot housekeeper, not just a vacuum, but a motherfucker that's going to fold sheets.
And then
that's called communism.
And then
when they're taking control of our lives.
When are the robots gonna when is it gonna be like, all right, I need 10 robots to be on the financial status that Keith's at with his one robot. It's gonna take my 10 robots to do what his one robot does, and then is that how I'm gonna be? Am I middle class? Am I high class? Am I
exactly?
Well, are you going to own a robot that's a doctor that goes to a hospital that's able to do brain surgery, and that's
I don't think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to lock those doctor robots up at the hospital, and they're not going to come home. I think it's going to be two different. You're going to have a workforce doctor or a workforce robot, and then you're going to have your home robot.
They already have robots in the hospital. I know for a fact Winnie Palmer.
Yeah, they do surgeries. They do surgeries.
And well, my last surgery I just had
was done by a robot. Was she hot?
It was all 100% robotic, but it says robotic, but there is a surgeon that's controlling it.
Right.
It just don't cut you open. It's just the surgeon is controlling it because the robot make a better incision than a human hand. That's what I was told.
What if it's you? All right, cool. I get a robot. They send it to me. It's a blank hard drive. I get to build it and teach it the way I want it to, and that's how I determine
what I am.
You're going to teach it to jerk off all day long.
No, I'm going to teach it to jerk me off.
But from what I'm understanding, go ahead, Toby.
You're not accounting for Skynet's AI programming that it's going to link to in the cloud. So
you're right. You're right. It happened with Jarvis and the Avengers and Iron Man, right?
Hey, but Jarvis came out to be a pretty good damn. It was good. Jarvis was good.
Ultron fucked him.
We would have never got what's the guy name? He was the strongest of the Avengers.
Here comes the nerd out session.
Vision. Without Jarvis, we'd have never got Vision.
Yeah. True. Without Thor, we wouldn't have got Vision.
How long before there's self-driving garbage trucks doing the work?
5 years. 5 years.
They're already.
I think about that, but somebody.
They already have a prototype. They already got a prototype. So, when is that going to happen? They're already testing it. I mean, I want to say Arizona.
Is that the progression of why all these counties are wanting to go to toters? So you basically have a self-driving truck pull up, arm comes, it detects where the can is, the arm goes out, grabs the can, dumps it, sets it back down, and keeps it moving.
Can you imagine no more mailboxes knocked down?
I hope it's just the opposite. I hope it detects where the garbage can. Oh, it's up at the garage, and 65 feet of arm goes out
automatically. I think it's. I believe if it's not in the right spot, it automatically creates a HOC for it.
Volvo, the company Volvo has been piloting automatic refuse trucks in Sweden. They're testing it there, and the goal is to release them. It says no release dates as of yet, but they are testing them in Sweden.
Great. So Skynet's already having Volvo building fucking tanks. Got it.
So we're already getting moved out of our positions. You know what I'm saying? Or there's going to be some person. Is there a person that's sitting behind a bunch of computers that's watching the trucks go out and do things, but then eventually a computer is going to be doing actually, I think the company that we work for now has a program that can sit there and route especially roll off.
It does. We use
their stops.
Oh, it is. It is totally AI.
Yeah, I mean, they spent millions of dollars on this program where it routes the trucks.
That is how we
sends
are
the
routed
ticket.
every day.
So it's kind of already happening.
Listen, Wally, you've been in the business about as long as I have, so you might remember this too. This revolution has been going on for a long time. I remember when I first got into the industry, it was always either one, always had to have at least one, but sometimes we got lucky at two people on the back of a rear load. Every route was a rear load route. You muted, Wally. Every route was a rear load route. And they said the myth, there's a one-armed bandit. They got a truck that's going to just need one man, nobody on the back. And we all like, that's going to take jobs. It's going to take jobs. Yeah, I'd be damned. 4 years later, it popped up in Florida. And we was like, damn it. So a lot of those 2 or 3 man routes became 1 man routes. So now they're about to take that 1 man away.
So with robots coming back, allegedly, and I got to own one. I say own one. I feel like a slave owner. I'm like, is that what it is now? I can sit at home while they go do the work?
That's what it is.
I mean,
go cut the grass. Bring me a drink.
Keith, you're going to be on the other side of the fence now.
No, the robot don't have rights.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. You're going to be
a slave.
I sounded more racist than I actually wanted that joke to be. I'm sorry.
That was great. That was Grady Judd coming at you, brother.
Yeah, that was that joke was wrong. It came out wrong. It was well conceived in my head.
That was that's that Polk County influence. I'm sorry.
I gotta move.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I maybe we're just getting into that older. I kind of sound like our parents or our grandparents were like, well, I don't understand what's going on in this world. But I'm just not into the whole robots taking over right now. I don't need robots walking around my house. I don't need robots walking around amongst us. There was that conspiracy theorist we talked about at one point that says that there actually have robots walking amongst us currently in flesh suits.
After watching that marathon, all he needed was cosmetic shit on it, and I see it. You wouldn't know it.
Yeah, latex or whatever it is. The same thing they make the blow up dolls with, right?
I don't know, Jay. Are you right?
I don't know. I don't have one. Now I wouldn't be. Would you be interested in getting a one of those female robots?
As long as it look like Megan Fox.
Okay, Keith is a smart motherfucker.
You can design it the way you want it to look. The perfect ass, perfect body.
As long as it look like Megan Fox or Megan Good, goddamn it, bring it on, baby. We gotta go. I'll take a loan out to get that robot.
What if they go, hey, you can get this sex robot, but it's matched by your income now. You want Megan Fox, but you make Rosie O'Donnell money.
I pass.
I'd still fuck it.
Have you seen Rosie O'Donnell lately? She's old as shit. She live in like Ireland or somewhere.
Yeah, she left after Trump got voted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the rest of they all can leave too. Anybody else?
Mine's gonna be a young Janet Jackson. Sorry.
Okay. I like the way you're going. You talking?
How young?
You talking different strokes, Janet Jackson, or Rhythm Nation, Janet Jackson?
Rhythm Nation. Yeah.
Is there an age limit? Like if you build your own sex robot, it has to be above 18, I would guess.
What's 18 in robot years?
That's so. How would you?
Dog years?
I don't know. It's got a lithium battery. This thing's good for 1,000 years. How old is it?
Does the robot have to be built 18 years ago before you can take it?
I don't know if that robot's old enough to crawl. It's in the right position.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus. Man, that shit. I seen pictures of Janet Jackson recently, and she's still good. They're like 53, 54, or whatever, 55, what the fuck she is.
Yep. I'd go for a younger Denise Richards.
Like Starship
Troopers.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm in on that.
Yeah. Or
right.
Maybe like a younger Alyssa Milano too. She got a little crazy now.
Who's the boss?
Older Alyssa Milano.
What's that?
Maybe because I'm 51. I like the older Alyssa Milano.
Okay. I won't say no to her either.
Because when I think of the younger Melissa, all I think of is who's the boss?
Who's the boss?
That's a pedophile. So what about you, Jake? Who would you like? Well, if you had a choice between a female robot, and Toby haven't given it his either.
We're talking celebrities here. Who would I would say I kind of like the current Jennifer Aniston.
It's a good choice.
Not the one from Friends. The way she looks now. What else? Man, there's this one girl that we talk about it all the time. I can't remember her damn name right now. I'm all excited to listen to you guys. What about you, Toby?
My Alyssa Milano would be from a movie called Enter the Vampire. That it's like a B-rated movie, but she gets
sound like a C-rated movie, but okay.
It might be. Yeah. It might be a D-rated movie. I don't know.
I think it's an F-rated movie.
It's awful. I just remember being like 14 and it was like NC-17. I'm like, let's go.
Damn. Did the boss hole. What about you, Toby?
I'm with Elizabeth Shue and Jennifer Connelly is my two. Elizabeth Shue, she was like in Karate Kid and Adventures in Babysitting and shit. Yep. But that was like the first chick when I was in the 80s, a kid that I saw, and I'm like, I like that one.
I think she's in the new Karate Kid on Netflix too.
Yeah, she's old as shit now though. Yep. She's on The Boys too.
She's on The Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elizabeth Shue in Cocktails in the waterfall scene. Dude.
Smoking. Yeah.
Let me think. Yeah.
Nia Long.
You say Nia Long?
Yeah.
Yeah. Boys in the Hood, Nia Long though.
Before Ibaka ran through her, though. Before Serge Ibaka ran through her.
Oh, well, yeah.
Or not Ibaka. I'm sorry. The former Celtics coach. I forgot his name right now. But
yeah.
He was married to her.
Are robots going to play football and soccer and sports?
Shadur Sanders sure as shit hopes not.
No, I don't think sports would be replaced because you can predict the outcome with sports. I mean, in a robotic, there still is a human touch when human beings are playing sports. Because Michael Jordan had bad days. If you got a robot, he's never going to miss a shot. Every pass is going to be completed perfectly. Every blocking assignment is going to be perfect.
Good point.
It would just be boring to watch.
What about two tennis players? Two tennis robots playing each other.
I mean, the nerds will make it happen.
It'll be the longest fucking game ever.
Yeah.
Also, I'll take Serena and Venus robots too. So.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, yes.
What is it, Dave?
I said I'll also take a Serena and Venus robot as well.
I'm not into them.
I don't want you to fuck her anyway. It's mine.
They are very unattractive to me.
I'll take a J-Lo.
Especially the new Serena. The new Serena looked like Michael Jackson.
Yeah. No, I'm talking when she was 20, 25. Serena was beautiful. Now I don't know what happened after that. But when she was like 25.
That's a lot of tree to climb.
Can we build our robot like what was it, Weird Science?
Kelly LeBron,
like the girl from Weird Science with the bras on the guys with the bras on her head.
Was the hottest thing going in the 80s.
We'll just start throwing a bunch of. I want a J-Lo ass. I want some fucking Pam Anderson titties.
That's it right there. I want J-Lo. You pick any decade. That's a J-Lo robot I want. Any decade.
Well, Keith, going back to the athletes, right? Maybe we won't have robots playing in sports, but instead of taking steroids and male enhancement drugs, you think they might have robotic arms, robotic legs because they're getting it fixed or repaired?
That's fucking cheating too.
How can you have Winter Soldier shit?
How can you have
Winter Soldier staff?
How can you have a quarterback? How do you know that, Jay? I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. God damn, motherfuckers.
I've watched a movie or two in my lifetime.
But that'd be cheating. Let's say fuck the arm. Let's say you got a
robotic leg or you got a hip or
one robotic leg that make you faster.
Okay, speak. Oh, sorry, Keith. I didn't mean to cut you off. But talk about robotic legs. Remember the Olympian sprinter I forget where he was from, but he had like
Africa.
The dude that killed his bitch.
I say
he killed his wife. Yeah. He murdered his wife.
Oscar Pretoria,
something like that. Yep. That was a robot looking motherfucker, but he beat everybody.
Because his legs don't get tired.
His legs didn't get tired. It's cheating.
That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't have been allowed. Sorry, I'll let him wrestle in the Special Olympics. That's fine.
So not everybody have a 4-3
run.
If that happens, Fuck it, I hurt my leg. Give me a robot leg, goddamn. My general manager's approved it in the budget, so now I run a 4-1-2.
Yeah. Got a robotic leg, robotic arm, robotic shoulder. Because those guys pull their rotator cuffs. What about their hips? When the guys get hit and get hit so hard they get a robotic hip.
Man, that'd be cheating.
What was it back in the 70s and 80s? Was a $1 million man?
Bionic
Man. Yeah. What about the concussions? How does the robots and technology end concussions for athletes?
Well, if a robot gets a concussion, that's
not a robot. Not a robot. I'm talking about people. I'm talking about our athletes now. Does Tua continue getting concussions, or do they put some sort of robotic thing in his head to prevent his concussions? Now he can't get a concussion.
They need to make that son of a bitch wear the Guardian helmet. He refused to wear it. That motherfucker need to be required for the rest of his career.
That technology needs to happen for him right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
That motherfucker needs to wear a Tempur-Pedic mattress on his head. Fucking bullshit.
I just bought a Tempur-Pedic mattress, dude. I'm like in heaven right now. I fucking love it. Sorry.
Any good? Obviously.
Yes, it's really good.
I need a new mattress, so I'll holler at you, Dave, because I need that too. But I'm
getting my fucking J-Lo.
I'm getting my smoker first.
That's smart, Keith.
You and your J-Lo robot on the Tempur-Pedic mattress.
Well, you said something about hips. Now I want to get a Shakira robot because her hips don't lie.
That's a bad bitch. I don't think I can stand in the room with her while she's talking, but I have to put. Never mind. Let me stop.
I gotta imagine with a female robot. You just do whatever you want. Right? She's gonna not argue back with you, I would assume, right? Unless they get self intelligence like the Terminator.
Unless you go to a bar while your robot's out working and come back and you smell like another robot.
I'm gonna program the damn robot to know that I go to the bar every day.
So all right. So now we're not even getting married. We're not. I mean, think about it. I mean, is that the perfect life? I mean, the robot comes in, does the chores around the house, sleep with it whenever you want. You don't have to listen to them bitch and complain about anything. Oh, you're watching too much sports. Oh, you're drinking too much. Oh, you're doing it. Like, is that?
Hey, is Kay at the house when you're talking this bullshit?
She's inside.
Right?
She's inside. That's why I'm outside.
Listen, my wife listens while we're on the show, so
But I'm just saying, is that
whispering?
Is that
whisper so they can't hear you?
Is that where this goes? I mean, like, is that the next so?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have anybody yelling at me that I watch too much sports or drink too much.
Well, no, I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not saying that happens.
We're blessed that we have good women in our lives, but a lot of men go through that.
But I'm just saying, yeah, that's just.
See, I clean that up.
I get it,
and then
I get it, Wally, because
but the other side, the women is like, you're not, fixing this around the house. You didn't do this, the yard work, and the robot's, doing that, and he's, always got a stiff one, ready for them whenever they want it. So I mean, so eventually we're just gonna be living by ourselves with a freaking robot. I mean,
I
was anti-robot there for a little bit, but you just
so deep you're sold on it.
Okay, let me ask you
Utopia.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think? I don't think it was made for this, but do you think the desensitizing of public affection, just being around people, is because it's happening? It's because of social media.
Social media, and then the government throughout COVID in the world made us all.
Yeah, I was about to say the exact same thing. Yeah, they isolated us, and look how we're doing our podcast. We're not even in the same room together, and that's the way kids talk. And it's kind of, you don't have that face to face anymore.
And that's the 7 families getting together that runs the world. How developing this progress in the way that the humans are going, or the way that the world is kind of going to, where that was the first step with COVID, where you put this disease out there where you isolate everybody. We're not able to. I mean, kids right now are having a hard time being social and being able to interact with
I've never seen it like in my life. You have so many kids that's homeschooled ever since COVID, because I'm under pressure around other kids. Get the fuck out of here. Get out there with them other kids. If you get your ass beat, get up and fight the next day. That's the way I was raised, You can't unless you're around other people, you don't know how to deal with people.
Yep.
That is not something a lot of people are born with. You have to actually go through it and understand different personalities, to understand different cultures, so you can put that all in a big melting pot and figure that shit out that we call life.
So I'm gonna jump onto that one real quick. When we were young, your education of how to become a person came from walking out of your house and going to the basketball court or going to the park with other kids, right? And there was a societal hierarchy there when you got there, right? There was the older kids that were already good athletes, and you listened and you developed those things like, oh, I shouldn't say that again. That guy got pissed. You learn those little lessons. Now they're not learning it because behind this phone, there is no bitch slap.
No,
So,
Right. That makes sense. Well, I just got a message here that says that social media is training the future to live amongst robots and humans to be by themselves.
that's what I'm saying. Do you think that is led by social media?
I think there's a good portion of it. I think the government has something to do with it, like Dave was talking about COVID. I mean, you had to start it somewhere, right? You just couldn't say, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to isolate everybody. How do you isolate everybody? COVID, right? And they said in 2030 they're going to do it. There's another pandemic that's supposed to happen to isolate us again, right? So I think it's. And then what do we do? We're on social media all the time, and that's how we train to be by ourselves. And we have to we thrive on the amount of likes that we get. We thrive on our pictures and the filters and stuff, right? So it's teaching us how to be by ourselves. And now we're going to have the robots coming in and banging Wally.
Well, it's like, thanks.
Banging Wally.
I like that. As long as but going back to what Toby said, I mean, growing up, if you was a chubby kid and you got picked on, what did you do?
You got skinny.
You changed the way you did things.
I never got skinny. I just dealt with it. I dealt with
it or whatever.
I was always chubby, brother, and I was chubby in the inner city. So I got picked on, but I know how to roll with it. I gave it back to them the same way they gave it to me. But I learned that though.
That's the lesson, though. The lesson
learn how to deal with it.
I'm gonna get you back.
Yes.
Yeah, you learn how to deal with it and cope with it, but you fought it back.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a big kid my whole life, but it was you get picked on enough. Hey, I can throw a fucking haymaker too. Keep talking reckless.
Right. Where I think Wally's going is that you nowadays, back then we kind of dealt with the bullying, right? Nowadays you call a kid fat, and now you got to go to a parent conference because your kid has been called fat, and he has to go to therapy now because he was called fat. We're not teaching these kids how to deal with those type of
instead of learning that lesson, now 3 days later, your kid comes home with pink hair and talking about use my pronouns correctly. That's what fucking happens.
And they want to cut their dicks off.
Yeah.
So,
oh God, don't say that.
This is what I'm talking about, like picking on kids. So I'm raising two young men in my house. Right, we bust balls. I'm texting my youngest son at his wrestling tournament yesterday. I said, "What'd you weigh in at?" He said 133, but I'm wrestling at 148. And I said, "Oh, what'd you weigh in at?" And that's what he told me again. I said, "Oh, okay, you fat fuck." First thing my 13-year-old files back to me. I don't know if you can see that, where he's like, "Fuck off."
Nice.
So, I'm trying to teach him, hey man, you can stand up for yourself. I don't give a shit who's busting your balls.
Yeah.
If somebody says something out of line, go back. But anyway, just thought I'd share that.
But that's good.
They took away a lot of our tools, man, of how to whittle down and make a man into a man. They took it away. Like when I was young, you'd go to that same basketball court I was talking about, and black dudes are tripping on me with honky shit, and it's joke lighthearted, and I'm throwing back your black ass, this and that. You can't do that anymore. You're not allowed to do those things.
Motherfuckers get in their feelings, like you said, like you said earlier. They get in their feelings. Next thing you know, you're at a parent-teacher conference, or you considered a bully.
Yep.
Motherfucker, if that's bully, I was bullied my whole school time. From kindergarten to 12th grade, if that's bullying.
Well, that wasn't considered bullying. It's exactly what Toby said. It taught us how to live our lives, be outside of our homes. It taught us how to handle specific situations. It taught us how to be the person we are today, the men that we are today. I'm afraid what these kids are going to look like.
Say it, Wally. Say it. I know what you're finna say.
Say it, Wally.
Say it, Wally.
Well, it built character, right?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So look at college football right now. If you're at you go to a school and you're not getting playing time, well, I'm going to transfer to another school
instead of busting my ass.
Instead of busting my ass, learning how to work through it and making that position and getting playing time. Instead, no, I'm going to go the easy way around it, the easy route. I'm going to go just transfer to another school that they're going to promise me playing time.
Yep.
It's the same thing. It's everybody gets a fucking trophy, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody gets a fucking trophy.
Well, the school that my kids go to, they do test corrections. So if you take your test on Friday and you get a D or a C, on Monday you get the option to retake the test and answer the questions that you got wrong for a better grade.
Get the fuck out.
No, that's what they do. Yeah. So you have on Monday you have the option to retake the test. So if you got 5 questions wrong, you can
Is this a
re-answer those 5 questions. No, it's not. It's a Seminole County
public schools, man. My best friend's a principal.
You got the same thing, right?
He's like, they're never going to let a kid fail because that hurts
their
they have to overall grade.
We're not holding kids back or something like that is what it's called.
And I think that it has something to do with their not bonuses. I don't think teachers get bonuses, but they get annual raises, and I think that has a lot to do with their annual raise if the kids fail too.
Could be.
So what are we teaching the kids? What are we teaching the kids when they can do test corrections, when they go to the workforce, when they go out there? Or are we teaching them, hey, you know what, this is okay because there's going to be robots taking care of everything in their future?
That's why HR runs everything now in corporate society right now.
Corporate America,
HR,
yeah.
Yeah, corporate America. I mean, HR runs everything. Somebody complains that they got talked to a certain way or they wasn't able to do something that they wanted to do. They run the HR and the HR backs them up because they're afraid of lawsuits, and then lawyers get involved, and then it just turns into a shit show. I mean, so I don't know, man. I don't know where this country's going.
It's not just country; it is the world. Where are we going as a planet, as a human race, right? But hey, guys, we're pushing up against the clock. And you know what that means? It is now time for Dave's world famous game. What you got for us today, Dave?
All right, gentlemen. So in the spirit of the draft, can you name the number 1 NFL draft pick, the number 1 overall pick since 1980 to current day?
Oh, I'm gonna fail this motherfucker.
Can I Google it? I got my Google right here.
Jesus Christ!
I damn near want to Google. This is gonna be brutal.
So no, I think you.
Toby's wellhouse.
I think you guys. I think you guys are gonna be fine after the first 3.
Okay.
So I think you're gonna be fine. It's a little more. So what I'll do is I'll give you the year and the team, and if you can't get it, I'll give you the position in the college.
Oh, you give me the year and the team, I probably can figure it out.
Okay.
Okay, so you got ready?
Yeah.
I see you, Keith. Let's get
Yeah,
down,
I got my Google ready.
Let's go.
I don't like Jay's Google and shit. It's cheating. All right, so 1980 Lions.
Barry Sanders.
Running back, Oklahoma.
Billy Sims.
Billy Sims is correct.
I mean, I was just about to say that.
1981 Saints.
George Rogers.
Jesus Christ.
Never
He's
heard of
correct.
that in my life.
I told y'all.
1982 Patriots.
Tony Eason?
Nope.
The other
Defensive
guy.
tackle, Texas.
82?
Yep.
Keith Sims.
You Googled it and got it fucking wrong.
Kenneth Sims.
You nope. Kenneth Sims is right, but I'm not giving you any points because you got it wrong the first time, dickhead. 1983 Colts.
I got it.
They was the Indianapolis coach too.
1983
Wow.
Colts.
I didn't know that.
What
was that
position?
far back.
What position?
Quarterback, Stanford.
John.
Harbaugh.
Oh, it's John Elway.
Yeah.
Jay, stop Googling shit.
I'm gonna Google all this stuff, but
Was it
I'm not gonna,
Harbaugh?
I won't throw the answer out.
No,
I didn't know
it was
that was
Elway.
1983. I didn't know that Elway was
Elway,
1983.
but Elway went to Denver. He didn't go to damn.
Because
So it says here. It says here he refused to play for the
Traded.
Colts, and
Yes.
ultimately was traded to Denver.
He was
Okay.
going to play baseball.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that about him.
Yeah, the Yankees drafted him.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about him.
Yep.
And the
19
year,
Oh, go ahead, Keith.
No, I was gonna say the year prior, Jim Kelly got drafted by somebody. He didn't like the team, so he went to play Canadian football and came, and he left Canada and went to the Bills the following year.
Yep. 1984 Patriots.
Bledsoe.
1984 Patriots. Wide receiver, Nebraska.
Irving Fryer.
Irving Fryer.
Oh, he was the man too.
He went to the Dolphins too, right?
Yes.
Yep.
I can't remember last week, and you want me to remember back in 1980s.
Yes, you wanted it to be a goddamn sports show.
He's killing me now.
1985 Buffalo Bills.
Oh, your favorite team, Keith?
Fuck the Bills.
Bruce
Running
Smith.
back.
I'm thinking it's Bruce Smith.
It is. Who said it? Toby?
Yeah.
Toby said it.
Bruce Smith.
It was either Bruce Smith or Cornelius Bennett, one of the two.
1986 Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Vinny Testaverde.
Wrong. Running back, Auburn.
Oh, Jackson.
Oh, Jackson didn't go to Tampa.
Yes, he did.
He was a first overall pick in 1986 in the NFL draft. However, he refused to play for the Buccaneers and focus on his baseball career.
1987 Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Vinny Testaverde.
Yes, sir. You guys are terrible. 1988 Falcons.
Deion Sanders.
1988 Atlanta Falcons. Linebacker, Auburn.
Oh, I'll finish. He say Auburn. I'm going to say Derrick Brooks, but
Auburn. I'm not even familiar with this guy. Andre Bruce.
Bust.
That's probably why. 1989 Dallas Cowboys.
Troy Aikman.
No.
Troy Aikman. Yep. 1990 Colts.
Jeff George.
God, the guy's a fucking encyclopedia, gentlemen, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
ridiculous.
That's what I know.
Well, can you tell us what the score is?
It's a donut. Motherfucker, donut. Everybody.
It is.
Toby's
I want to know what the score is.
Toby killing everybody 0.
Yes, 8-0.
I got 1.
I told you I'm not giving you that fucking point. I didn't give anybody that point. So, 1991 Dallas Cowboys.
Michael Irvin.
Russell Maryland.
Maryland.
But you. Delete that.
Michael Irvin is too.
Do this one.
No.
1992 Colts.
Edwin James.
Marshall Faulk.
Jeff George.
Nope.
Steve Edmond.
Steve Edmond. Yep. Defensive tackle.
Defensive tackle.
It's 1993 Patriots.
Drew Bledsoe.
I was going to say Bledsoe. I already threw his name out there one time.
1994 Bengals.
94?
Defensive tackle.
Dan Wilkinson?
Jesus Christ. Yes.
What I was doing in 94?
I was watching football.
Yeah, apparently. He's watching the draft in depth. 1995 Cincinnati Bengals.
John Carter.
Do I even keep score anymore?
I don't even know these motherfuckers. But keep going. What year you going?
Out of Penn State.
What year you going?
We're going to 1996 right now.
No, how far? To what year you stopping?
What year?
Yeah.
25, which would I'll stop at 24, I guess.
Okay, keep going. We got another 30. Let's go.
1996 New York Jets.
This was a bust pick, I think.
No. Sanchez wasn't until the later on, like 2000s. What position? Quarterback?
1996 New York Jets.
Browning Nagel?
Wide receiver, USC.
Oh, Keyshawn Johnson.
Just throw me the damn ball.
Throw me the ball.
1997 Rams.
Marshall Faulk.
Offensive tackle. Ohio
Orlando
State.
Pace?
Orlando Pace.
Oh, Orlando Pace.
Orlando goddamn Pace.
1998, Indianapolis Colts.
Marshall Falk.
Edgerrin James.
Edgerton. Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning.
Damn it, I got my years confused.
I think Edgerrin James came the following year.
1999, Cleveland Browns.
Tim Couch.
Tim Couch.
He was a bust too.
Yep.
I think it was the Browns.
As we get closer to 2024, but Toby's just gonna start just.
I thought this would be really competitive.
I thought I was going to be the only one that had no idea what was going on.
2000, Cleveland Browns. Defensive end, Penn State.
LeVar Arrington.
Nope.
No?
No, he went to the Redskins.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Defensive end, Penn State. Courtney Brown.
Ah, bust.
Never heard of him. Everybody go to Cleveland as a bust.
2001, Atlanta Falcons.
Mike Vick.
Yes.
Definitely wasn't a bust.
No. 2002, Houston Texans.
David Carr.
Yup. Jesus Christ.
I might as well just get off. Yeah, y'all have a great day. All right.
2003, Cincinnati Bengals.
Keely Smith.
Nope.
Austin, no.
Running back.
Palmer.
Keith is on the board. Carson
good
Palmer.
One. Good one.
2004, Chargers.
Eli Manning.
Yep. Then he went to damn Giants. I'm not playing there.
2005, San Francisco 49ers.
Say again.
2005, San Francisco 49ers.
What position?
Quarterback.
Alex Smith.
I thought that one was pretty fucking easy. Good job.
That bitch that old?
Yeah. Same draft as Aaron Rodgers.
Shit.
2006, Houston Texans.
Was that their first year as a team?
Nope. We start Googling it.
Defensive end, NC State.
Oh,
The Freak. Is it the Freak?
Mario Williams.
Yep.
2007, Raiders.
Jamarcus Russell.
Yes, sir. 2008, Miami Dolphins.
Jake Long.
Yep.
That was a good pick.
2009, Detroit Lions.
Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson. It's not Calvin Johnson?
Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford. 2010, Rams. Quarterback, Oklahoma.
The opposite of Stafford.
I know it.
Oh,
they just
Bradford.
traded.
Bradford.
Tim Bradford.
2011, Carolina Panthers.
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton. 2012, Indianapolis Colts.
Alex.
He was a bust.
No, he wasn't. Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck.
I think his career was a bust. He didn't live up to the hype.
They didn't play long enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
2013, Kansas City Chiefs.
What
Offensive tackle, Central Michigan.
He just played for the Dolphins 2 years ago. Eric something. I'm done. I don't remember.
That bitch had to be a beast to be an offensive tackle from Central Michigan. Go number
Fisher?
one.
Eric Fisher. 2014, Houston Texans. DN, South Carolina.
Jadeveon Clowney.
Yep. I was actually shocked to see he's still playing. 2015, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Jameis Winston.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I gave up. I'm not.
Tampa drafted him?
Anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even remember him playing in Tampa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Winston number 1 and Mariota number 2.
His last season at Tampa, he went 30 for 30. Or he had 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. And then he went to New Orleans.
And that's when he blamed it on his glasses and he couldn't see.
Yep.
Yeah, he always had a hard time seeing.
2016 Rams. Quarterback, California.
The guy the opposite of Matthew Stafford.
Why am I not remembering this?
He plays for the Chargers now. Not the Chargers. He played for Detroit now.
Oh, Jared Goff.
Yeah. I couldn't think of his name.
2017 Cleveland Browns.
Baker Mayfield.
Nope.
Chubb.
Nope.
Myles Garrett.
2018 Cleveland Browns.
There's Baker Mayfield.
There's Baker Mayfield.
Okay. 2019 Cleveland Browns.
2019 Arizona Cardinals.
Kyler Murray.
Yep.
Sorry, too.
2020 Cincinnati Bengals.
Joe Burrow.
Yep. 2021 Jacksonville Jaguars.
Sunshine.
Oh, Sunshine.
I'll give that to Keith.
I'm giving it to Keith too. 2022 Jacksonville Jaguars.
ETN?
No, it wasn't ETN. It was a receiver, though.
2022 Jacksonville Jaguars.
Wide receiver?
Defensive end, Georgia.
Can't remember his name.
Trayvon Walker.
Yes.
2023 Carolina Panthers.
Bryce Young.
Yep. 2024 Chicago Bears.
I'm gonna let y'all have it.
Oh, what's the kid name?
Caleb
Williams.
Caleb Williams. Wally's on the board. I'm giving it to Wally. So he's 2025 Titans.
I don't like him.
Damn.
So there we go. That's the end of it. Sorry, I thought it was gonna be more competitive. I was way the fuck off.
No, they are pretty good.
I told you, man. This Toby's an encyclopedia when it comes.
Motherfucker, I'm finna get that nitro coffee next week.
You better, because I'm going to 3. If y'all are gonna have to pick.
I refuse to let you run a 3-peat.
It's happening. You're gonna have to get a category that I ain't versed in.
I'm gonna tell my wife. I'm gonna tell my wife, fix me some coffee at 11:30.
That's gonna be hard to do. That's gonna be hard to do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the end of our show. Thanks for listening. We're going to go ahead and start off with our last words of the day. Let's go with Keith.
Hey, guys, great show. We're going to start the robot revolution. Do not let them fuckers in your house, okay? Like and subscribe. Get 3 more people to like and subscribe.
All right. Thank you, Keith. What's going on, Wally? Last words for the show.
Not much. Hey, good show. Yeah, just going to enjoy this Sunday afternoon. Going to watch Orlando beat Boston again tonight, and enjoy the rest of the NBA playoffs. All right, Dave. What you got for us?
Nothing much, guys. I'm with Keith. I'm getting some WD-40, some 10W40, and I'm gonna get the lube and robot orgy starts. My house
This afternoon.
It could be. We'll go fuck that vacuum cleaner. I guess see what it's like.
Megan Fox, baby.
Oh, you can turn on the suck. You can turn into the suck mode.
See?
Yeah.
See?
Hold
Oh,
on.
you guys haven't tried it, I guess. It has a suck mode?
Listen, a Megan Fox and a Megan Good, and maybe on the weekends,
Megan Thee Stallion?
J-Lo.
Well, you can get all 3 of them together. They're not going to get jealous. They're robots.
You don't know that.
Oh, I might have to change my way of thinking about these robots.
Toby, what you got for us? Last words.
Hey, man, about to throw some ribs on. Watch me a little Talladega NASCAR.
Nice.
And then wait for America's team at 7:00. So y'all boys have yourself a fine damn weekend.
All right, go ahead, Keith.
I was gonna say I think my vote got lost in the mail with that America's team shit, but okay.
All right, and things that we didn't get to today was a Supreme Court considering removing the curriculum from school for the LGBTQ plus that whole curriculum there. Get that out of the schools. Guy, an FBI agent, got arrested in Milwaukee for interfering with the migration operations and the NBA playoffs. Of course, we also didn't talk about the CEO shooter. Now, that said, we had a great show, great topics today. Looking forward to what we got planned for next week. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Let's get the hell out of here and join our weekends.
Sir.
See you.